OnePlus Open Review, the only foldable phone that doesn't compromise. The OnePlus Open is the only big foldable phone that doesn't feel like a compromise. It looks and feels like a normal phone, and the camera is the best you'll find on any foldable. You can buy a foldable with a Galaxy more features, but the OnePlus Open provides elegant, capable multitasking and a great folding experience, and that's all you need. There are some missteps. The performance and battery life could stand some improvement, but the Open is better than the rest, and the best part of all is that it costs a lot less. The OnePlus Open is the first tablet foldable phone that feels right. All the folds that came before, the Galaxy Z Fold 5 and the Pixel Fold most recently, feel wrong. They're shaped funny when closed. The Galaxy is too narrow, the Pixel too squat. The OnePlus Open gets the shape right, and it's the most important improvement OnePlus could have made to the form factor. If you're paying twice as much for a phone, you shouldn't feel like it's the wrong size half the time. Open the OnePlus Open, and you're greeted with a display that is the biggest, brightest, and most satisfying of all the big foldable phones. You need to look hard to see the crease, and it's not even noticeable when you touch it. Best of all, this phone is easy and inviting to open. The Galaxy can be very stiff at first, and the Pixel Fold never wants to open flat. It requires an awkward second push, and I always felt like I would break my Pixel Fold. The OnePlus Open snaps to attention when I open the hinge. Compared to other foldable tablets, the OnePlus Open is just better. It's a better size when it's closed. It's easier to open. In every way, the Open is a better experience, but OnePlus didn't stop at the folding hinge. It also added something that no other foldable phone maker has dared: really good cameras. On every other foldable phone, the size limitations of the fold-in-half design has resulted in cameras that range from inferior to downright awful. The OnePlus Open has the best cameras of the bunch and comes close to being as good as the best flat camera phones, closer than any foldable I've used so far. Of course, this requires gigantic camera hump around back, and it is a mighty bubble, twice as thick as the biggest camera bump you've seen. It's a worthwhile trade-off though, even if it did make the phone feel awkward in my pocket on occasion. Foldable phones can be so versatile when it comes to camera angles, and it's a shame that the best foldable phones so far haven't had cameras to match the capabilities. The OnePlus Open mostly fixes that. The OnePlus Open is the thinnest foldable phone I've seen when it's closed, and it's just as thin as the Pixel Fold when open. The OnePlus Open somehow manages to offer larger displays and more battery while remaining lighter than all the rest. In fact, it's much lighter than the Pixel, and that makes a huge difference when you're carrying it around. The OnePlus Open is about the same weight as last year's iPhone 14 Pro Max, fitting two displays, a larger battery, and the premium camera bump into a package that's the same weight as last year's best iPhone is an impressive achievement. Titanium makes this year's iPhone 15 Pro Max lighter, but only slightly. Using the OnePlus Open is a joy, thanks to OnePlus's simple and elegant software design. This phone isn't as feature-packed as a Galaxy Z Fold 5, and we're the better for it. OnePlus has made it easy to create a useful home screen, navigate settings and tools, and open multiple windows simultaneously without needing lengthy tutorials and pop-up reminders to help you discover hidden features. It isn't all good news. OnePlus doesn't prioritize water resistance and durability on its phones, and that gives me serious pause in recommending them. The OnePlus Open is only IPX4 rated, which means that dust and lint could be a problem in the future, and the Open can only handle splashes of water. You can't let it take a real dip in the pool. It can survive 10 straight minutes in light rain, so the news isn't dire. But I wish OnePlus would offer nothing less than IPC67 resistance against all dust and the occasional dunking. The OnePlus Open comes with a simple bumper frame case in the box. Our OnePlus reps told me to put the case on the phone, and that isn't a request that I usually get from most phone makers during a review. I used it occasionally because it was light and unobtrusive, but the phone is much prettier without the case. I mostly took the risk without the bumper, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. The OnePlus Open costs $699, 1,599 pounds, and in the US, OnePlus has a trade-in deal that will effectively drop the price by at least $200 for everyone, no matter what phone you trade. This deal will be available throughout the phone's lifespan, according to OnePlus, and that makes the OnePlus Open the most affordable big foldable phone to hit the US market, at least. It's still admittedly expensive. OnePlus isn't selling the OnePlus Open through wireless carriers, which means you won't be able to sign your life away for a sweet deal on a multi-year contract to get this phone for free. The phone is certified for all the major carrier networks. It just won't be sold at those stores. You can buy it from OnePlus directly or from a major online retailer in your area, like Amazon and Best Buy in the US. The OnePlus Open is also the first big foldable that's really worth it. If you were set on a foldable before, I could recommend the best, but I never wanted to use one myself because of all the compromises. The Open doesn't just fix the mistakes of every big foldable phone that came before, it also breaks new ground with a larger display and much better cameras. I'm not going back to my flat phone, a Galaxy S23 Ultra, after this review is over. I won't stop using this Open. While waiting for OnePlus to tell us the price of this phone, I played a game with fellow tech journalists to guess what it would cost. I guessed $1,499, while my colleagues guessed far too low. OnePlus is known for shocking the market with bargain pricing on almost flagship quality devices, and everybody wants a big foldable phone that costs under $1,000, £1,000, but these phones still haven't achieved the volume that will make their fancy folding components affordable. I'm amazed that OnePlus can offer a phone with these features at such a low price, including the trade-in offer. The price is $1,699, high £599. OnePlus has yet to tell us if or when the Open will be released in Australia. But my guess was still right on the money, because OnePlus says it will offer a deal for the full life of this phone that gives you at least $200 off if you trade in any phone. That's any phone in any condition, and I take OnePlus at its word, because it really just wants to hand you a coupon, but offering a discount for a trade feels more high-end. You can get up to $1,000 off with a top trade, although nobody will be trading an iPhone 14 Pro Max for this phone, even if it is the same weight. In the UK, customers who pre-order the OnePlus One will get a free pair of OnePlus Buds Pro 2, and when it goes on sale, buyers will receive discounts on various other OnePlus devices. It's still expensive. You can get 2 or more OnePlus 11 phones for the same price. Is it worth twice what a normal phone costs? The external display on the OnePlus Open is larger than an iPhone 15's, and the internal display is nearly as big as an iPad mini. It truly delivers on giving you a 2-in-1 experience, and if you bought both of those Apple devices separately with the same amount of storage on board, you'd be paying more than you'll pay for a OnePlus Open. There's only one storage option for the OnePlus Open, 512 gigabytes of storage and 16 gigabytes of RAM, making it the top spec foldable for memory and the best buy for storage. It comes in Emerald Dusk Green and Voyager Black, and oddly, the two colors result in phones with different weights, because the Voyager Black uses vegan leather on the back, nicely textured plastic, instead of heavier glass. I like that black finish quite a bit, but I've built a collection of green OnePlus products this year, with my OnePlus Pad and OnePlus Buds Pro 2, so I'm glad that my review model is matchy-matchy. In fact, it's nice to see OnePlus offer consistent colors for fans to collect, especially in this great green hue. Even Samsung, with its product synergy, hasn't offered one unique color across all device categories. OnePlus invited me to a day-long summit to learn about the OnePlus Open, and I left with a review unit. We had an opportunity to take photos around New York City, but in the weeks since I received the device, OnePlus has updated the software multiple times, especially the image processing. Photos have definitely improved since I received my review phone, but OnePlus told me to expect another software update before this review was published, which didn't materialize. It's therefore possible that image quality may change and improve, in which case I will revisit this review and remove this paragraph. I used the OnePlus Open as my primary work phone during my review period, so I used it for all of my work communications, scheduling, and calls, especially video calls on the go. I listened to music and played games with the phone as well. I tested the camera using mostly the primary photo and video modes, with some venturing into the other camera modes. I used the camera during the day and at night, at home and while traveling, and for sharing, as well as scanning documents. I used benchmarking software to compare the OnePlus Open to other phones I've tested, but I report my experience in real-world usage terms and not benchmark results.